As November 2026 approaches, Central Europe once again braces for its annual guest, fog. This isn't just a passing weather event. It's a phenomenon that settles in, lingering for days or even weeks, transforming the familiar into something mysterious and new. This thick grey blanket drapes itself over cities from Berlin to Budapest, muting the usual city sounds and shrinking the visible world to just a few meters ahead. Streets become quieter, and the city's energy seems to slow, as if wrapped in a soft cocoon. More than just a weather report, this guide will help you navigate both the challenges and the subtle, haunting beauty of a foggy November. The world feels different, more intimate, more contemplative when the fog rolls in. We'll explore why fog is so persistent in this region, what meteorologists predict for this year, and how it weaves itself into the fabric of daily life, affecting everything from morning commutes to weekend plans. From travel headaches and delayed trains to the quiet, eerie charm it brings to city squares and parks, fog shapes the rhythm of autumn in ways both frustrating and enchanting. It's not just about inconvenience. Fog can affect our health, our mood, and even our sense of time. The lack of sunlight can make days feel shorter, and the damp chill can seep into bones and spirits alike. Most importantly, we'll share practical tips to stay safe, keep your spirits up, and make the most of these misty days, whether you're commuting, exercising, or simply trying to enjoy the season. So, let's pull back the curtain on this meteorological marvel together and prepare to face the grey with confidence, curiosity, and maybe even a sense of wonder. Fog is, at its core, simply a cloud that has formed at ground level, a mass of countless tiny water droplets suspended in the air, so small and light that they float effortlessly. These droplets are so minuscule that we can't see them individually, but together they create a magical, almost otherworldly effect. When billions upon billions of these droplets gather, they scatter and reflect light in all directions, creating the familiar hazy grey world that seems to swallow up everything in its path. This scattering of light is what makes fog appear so thick and mysterious, especially under streetlights or in the early morning. But what's the difference between fog and mist? It's all about how far you can see. If visibility drops below 1 kilometer, it's officially called fog. If you can see further, it's just mist, a lighter, thinner version of the same phenomenon. Dense fog can reduce visibility to just a few meters, making travel hazardous and forcing drivers to slow down and use their headlights. It can make familiar streets feel strange and unfamiliar, and even a short walk can become an adventure. Fog forms when the air becomes saturated with moisture and water vapor condenses onto tiny particles like dust, salt, or even pollution. These particles act as seeds, helping the water droplets form and linger in the air. This is why fog feels damp and chilly. You're literally walking through a cloud with moisture clinging to your skin, hair, and clothes. The air feels heavy, and every surface seems to glisten with tiny droplets. Surfaces get wet, and the world seems to disappear into the mist. Landmarks fade away, and even sounds become muffled, adding to the sense of mystery. Unlike smoke or haze, fog is made up of pure water droplets, not pollution or dust. It's a natural phenomenon, and in many places, it's a sign of clean, moist air. Understanding the simple science behind fog helps us appreciate why it forms so readily in certain conditions, and why it can appear and disappear so quickly. Next, let's see how November's unique weather patterns set the perfect stage for fog to roll in and transform the landscape. Fog needs two things: moisture and cooling. November's long, cold nights cool the ground, which then chills the air above it. When the air cools to its dew point, water vapor condenses into droplets. Fog forms, often overnight. A gentle breeze helps create a thick, uniform fog, while strong winds disperse it. Areas near rivers or lakes are especially prone, as abundant moisture is always available. The long nights give fog plenty of time to develop and deepen. Sometimes, if the day stays cloudy and cool, fog can linger all day and even into the next night. This is why some November fogs last for days, creating a persistent grey world. The interplay of moisture, cooling, and calm winds makes November a fog factory. Let's see why Central Europe is especially vulnerable. Central Europe's geography, plains, river valleys and basins, traps cold air and moisture, making it a fog hotspot. By November, the land is damp from autumn rains, and high-pressure systems bring clear, calm nights. Major rivers like the Danube and Rhine supply constant moisture, fueling dense fog in their valleys. Cities along these rivers often see the worst visibility, with fog lingering for days under temperature inversions. Human activity adds to the problem. Pollution provides extra particles for water to condense on, making urban fog denser. The result? A perfect storm of natural and human factors that creates Central Europe's notorious November fogs. Geography, climate, and pollution all combine to make the region a fog factory. Understanding this helps us prepare for what's ahead. So, what does the forecast say for 2026? As we look ahead to November 2026, Central Europe is bracing for what meteorologists predict will be a classic and possibly even more intense foggy season. The region is no stranger to thick, lingering fog at this time of year, but this season could see even more dramatic conditions than usual, with visibility challenges becoming a daily reality for millions. Early November is forecasted to be dominated by frequent high-pressure systems. These weather patterns are ideal for the formation of widespread radiation fog, as calm winds and clear nights allow ground temperatures to drop, letting moisture condense into thick, low-lying clouds that blanket entire cities. Major cities such as Berlin, Prague, and Vienna should prepare for visibility to routinely fall below 500 meters during the morning hours. In the densest patches, visibility could plummet to under 100 meters, making morning commutes and daily activities particularly challenging for residents and travelers alike. Typically, urban fog will begin to lift by midday as the sun rises higher and temperatures increase. However, as soon as the sun sets and temperatures drop again, the fog is expected to return quickly, creating a persistent daily cycle of grey that can impact mood and visibility. In rural areas, especially in river valleys and low-lying farmland, the fog will be even denser and more persistent. Here, it's not uncommon for fog to last all day, sometimes lingering for several days in a row without lifting, reducing visibility, and creating a mysterious, almost otherworldly landscape. The Danube, Elbe, and Oder valleys are being closely monitored as potential hotspots for these multi-day fog events, where entire communities may find themselves enveloped in a thick, unbroken blanket of mist for extended periods. Strong temperature inversions, where warmer air traps cooler, moist air near the ground, will play a key role in keeping fog locked in low-lying areas. Meanwhile, those living or traveling in higher elevations may experience clear skies and sunshine just above the fog layer. At least 2 major inversion events are expected this November, each likely to last several days. During these periods, fog will persist stubbornly in valleys and basins, refusing to dissipate even as the weather changes elsewhere. The visual contrast will be striking. Fog-filled valleys shrouded in grey, while just above, hills and highlands bask in bright, clear sunlight. A dramatic reminder of how weather can shape the landscape in unexpected ways. When fog descends, daily life slows down. Driving becomes tense and dangerous. Commutes double in time, and familiar roads vanish into the mist. Motorways crawl, and electronic signs warn of enable and reduced speeds. Trains and planes face delays and cancellations, with airports like Frankfurt and Munich especially affected. Even walking or cycling changes, the world feels smaller, quieter, and more mysterious, but also riskier. Pedestrians and cyclists must wear reflective gear to stay visible. Commerce and industry suffer as deliveries slow and construction halts in low visibility. Outdoor events are postponed and hiking trails become hazardous. The fog presses a slow-motion button on society, forcing everyone to adjust. Until the grey lifts, patience and caution are essential, but the impact goes beyond travel and logistics. Persistent fog affects more than just travel. It impacts health and mood. Cold, damp air can worsen respiratory issues, and fog droplets can carry pollutants and allergens. Lack of sunlight disrupts sleep and reduces vitamin D, weakening immunity just as colds and flu spread. The relentless grey can trigger seasonal affective disorder, leaving people tired, low, and craving comfort foods. The world outside feels confined and colorless, sapping motivation. To counter this, spend time outdoors, use bright indoor lighting, and stay active and connected. Recognizing the mood shift is the first step. Small actions can help bring light back into your day. Next, let's focus on staying safe in the fog. Navigating fog requires new habits and extra caution. Drivers must slow down, keep a safe distance, and use low-beam headlights or fog lights. High beams make things worse by reflecting off the fog. Pedestrians and cyclists should wear bright reflective clothing and assume drivers can't see them. Stick to pavements, use crossings, and be extra alert. Sounds are muffled in fog. Always check weather and traffic reports before heading out. Postpone non-essential trips if possible. Prepare your vehicle. Check lights, wipers, and washer fluid. At home, ventilate to prevent damp and mold, and use bright lighting to lift your mood. Embrace indoor activities and comfort. Read, cook, or enjoy hobbies. Simple steps can make foggy days safer and more comfortable. November 2026 will bring familiar fog, but with knowledge and preparation, it needn't be a nightmare. Fog is a natural part of Central Europe's climate, shaped by geography and season. Travel will slow, routines will change, and the grey may weigh on us. But these challenges are manageable. Slow down, be visible, and plan ahead. These are your best defenses. Adapting to fog is a sign of resilience, not weakness. Fog also brings a unique, quiet beauty, transforming landscapes and encouraging reflection. As the grey descends, let's meet it with respect, patience, and a little wonder. With caution and care, we can safely navigate the mist, and maybe even appreciate the world it reveals.